Police and protesters, they scuffled in central London on Thursday. Protesters, they were supporting the activist group Anonymous, who sponsored the so-called Million Mask March.
We're each here for our individual reasons. The main kind of shell, if you like, is we're here for equality, against censorship, and the belief that actually we should be one people. But there are some people here who are protesting purely for the doctors, purely for Palestine, purely for individual movements, which is great because it all falls under that kind of shell banner. But each person that you speak to will tell you something different. But primarily it is about censorship and equality.
At least you couldn't understand what they were chanting under the mask. They were chanting "Tories suck" over and over again. Well, during the protests, reports say some arrests were made and at least one police car was set on fire. Well, we're going to turn now.
Protesters in London have set a police car on fire, and a number of arrests have been made at an anti-establishment march led by the hacker group Anonymous. It continued well beyond the set curfew and spread across the English capital, turning violent as it progressed.
Whose street? Our street! Whose street? Our street!
The march against oppression and surveillance was organised by the movement. Many of the rioters were wearing Guy Fawkes masks. RT's Harry Fear has been following the marches in London.
One of the protesters partaking among the several hundred already here tonight is this gentleman, and you have, if I may, a very nice banner. It reads, or poster, "Your ignorance is their power," and you've been telling me that that is the kind of message that you feel you want to have heard today.
I'm here to represent an oppressed society where I believe we've been walking around in ignorance, and I feel now it's time for us to have our eyes opened and not allow the wool to be pulled over our eyes. I believe a lot of people are walking around as sheep, and as you can see, these thousands of people here are a testament to the fact that we are no longer allowing ourselves to be misled by the government and by the media.
We've heard the reports that police car has been set on fire, about 5 minutes walk in that direction, and the situation is very tense. We know a number of people have already been arrested. This, of course, is now the third annual mask march here in London. Last year saw 10 people arrested. We know several this time. We've seen smoke devices being deployed by protesters against police, several standoffs, and all different contingents of the Anonymous marchers here going off in different parts of central London. Now, they're meant to be contained. I'll show you. This is a police leaflet that we were given earlier. They're meant to be contained in this area, the highlighted red area, but we're now well outside of that, and all different sorts of contingents have now been going around different parts of central London, causing absolute. There have been clashes with police. We've seen that with our eyes. We ourselves, one of the two RT camera crews on the scene here covering this protest, have been detained, that is kettled in a particular area by police already 4 times tonight. That's just in the last couple of hours. So the situation is very tense.
There have been violent confrontations between anti-capitalist protesters and police in central London. A police car was set on fire and at least 28 people were arrested. Niamh Barker has more from London.
For an organisation with no discernible hierarchy, no discernible leadership, the popularity of Anonymous has been growing globally in recent years. And here at this demonstration, there are thousands of people who have marched under this banner. It's the mask of Guy Fawkes, who, back in 1605, tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament and kill King James. But this has very much become a symbol of resistance, political resistance. There are many people here representing different campaign groups from around the country. Similar marches are also taking place globally as well. They're hoping that this will be a million-man masked march around the world. They're representing lots of different things when it comes to animal rights, when it comes to being against digital surveillance and so on and so forth. But in recent years, Anonymous has taken on the likes of the Ku Klux Klan, the likes of ISIL also. And for all those people here, they're very much united, very much under one banner, this one.
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.